318 BHS Lacrosse here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is a prime time RV, a newer manufacturer in the scheme of things, but a Forest River owned product, so it's not like they're just coming into the marketplace blind and swinging. Forest River kind of sat back one day and said, all right, with all of our knowledge and stuff and forgetting like the brands that we've already built, what would we do? And this is what they came up with. And there's a lot of cool stuff here. Like this has you know, power awning, power corner stabilizer jacks, power tongue jack, and closed underbelly. Some really hot button items that are very big in the buyer's mindset right now. This has a very large basement storage area, and I left the grill for the bumper down here so you can actually get to see what this thing looks like. Now we haven't gone through, we haven't cleaned this up. Actually, the folks who owned it just unhooked from it. They are swapping this out for a 427 BHS open range 3X fifth wheel, aka absolute top tier. So these are folks that had a top tier taste and budget and whatnot. That generally is an indicator to me that these are folks who tend to take care of things. None of these things are ever guaranteed. It's just guidelines, not rules. I like seeing stuff like the sealed hinges. That way the water can't get in your piano hinges and cause them to break down. Gonna be a little noisy with some tractor noise. Last month we sold 125 out of our little store. Now, in a travel trailer, an enclosed enclosed docking center like that is shockingly uncommon. As the slam latches, they're not as uncommon, but those an enclosed docking center is very uncommon. That is a really cool feature to find here. Fully enclosed underbelly with some insulation, so this is a good extended season camper. I don't know that I would use the word 4 seasons. There's really no such thing as a true 4 seasons ultralight, just because the way they need to essentially thin the walls a little bit to get the weight down in check. Now I put these videos together to be really honest, and I try to be brutally honest where I can, and you'll see a couple more instances of that inside. But like right here, you can see where there's a little ding on the skirt. There's 2 more on the other side. There's gonna be a couple little bumps like that on here, but it's nothing that stops you from camping. That's the thing, is we take this stuff into account. Whenever we see a blemish, visible defect, anything like that, we have to knock a bunch of money off it. Otherwise, no one's ever going to want to buy it. So that's kind of the catch-22 of our business. But what that does mean is that we can either go through and fix stuff and pay tech wages to fix things, which are not cheap. Qualified labor does not come easily in the RV business, and you have to pay them accordingly. Or if you're a somewhat handy person, or you don't mind a couple little bumps here and there, you can get a really good deal on a product that frankly is going to function just as well as anything else. Big fridge out here too. That's what's nice. A lot of these outside kitchens have a little kid mini fridge. Now I love the faux stone appearance on this. I love how that drawer just disappears. It just absolutely blends in like camouflage, like Predator style there. Over here, this is exactly the right height for one of those little mini microwaves, so you can have you know, a little hot pocket cooker outside essentially. So we're getting both the stovetop as well as a bumper mounted grill here, so you do get both options. The 318 has the really cool feature of a second door direct to the bathroom, and so many people are looking at this right now who have never owned an RV going, what? I don't get it. That is weird. And it's different. Yeah, it's not something you do at your house, but you have to remember, this is camping. This is not your house most of the time. So when you're camping, you've got dirty feet, dirty shoes. You're in and out all day long, in and out of your camper. You know, having a bathroom right here cuts down on the amount of dirt you're trailing through dramatically. Not to mention the fact that just keeping the kids in and out like that, it gives the kids a direct access door to their own bunk space essentially. That's handy too. The wide stance axle system here is designed to help keep the trailer from rocking and rolling when you are going down the road. It helps prevent swaying and wiggling and the trailer pushing the truck around basically. When you get hit by a headwind from an oncoming vehicle, that's when you really appreciate this. Plus, hey, who doesn't like aluminum wheels? They look good. Again, a couple little bumps on the skirt. Nothing that stops you from camping. You know, your decals aren't peeling and fading. All that stuff is not just falling apart. It's a fine camper. It's got its own little bit of history, but really what used camper doesn't. It comes in about 7,600 pounds, by the way. So you will find some lighter weight trailers out there, typically because they have cutthroat construction and they strip out structure. Not always, with very few exceptions. But you know, this is a good 700-800 pounds lighter than a conventionally constructed RV. We do have a hide-to-bed sleeper sofa here. I've not looked for the airbed. This is an airbed. I've not looked for the mattress to see if that's still laying around. Haven't had a chance yet. The big King U dinette here can fold down into like a 7-foot sleeper. And if you notice, it has a freestanding table. If you want to flip this table out and use it like dining table, island kitchen, pretty much anything, you can do it. It gives you ultimate flexibility. Now there is some wicked awesome storage going on in this bathroom or kitchen right here. First of all, the folks haven't even fully finished unloading this right now, so it's even, I mean, you can see all of the kitchen stuff is still up here, and it's well contained within this cabinet, so there's plenty of storage going on here. Solid surface kitchen counters right here, a nice little upgrade from what you tend to expect at this price point and at this product level. Down here you see we have triple full extension ball bearing glide drawers and a pair of massive like pots and pans style drawers. Those are big, and that's very good storage space right there. Over here I love the fact that we have both a pantry as well as just a hideaway trash can space, and if you don't want to put the trash can there, not a problem. You could always put a small little shelf unit or put your tall stuff in there, whatever you want to do. Central air, you know, that'll, this is a good spring, summer, fall camper is really what this is designed for. You can sneak a little bit into the colder extended seasons, but sorry, I got a message there and I lost my train of thought. Pardon me, I was trying to shut my phone off. You can get into a little bit of the colder extended seasons here, but like I said, not made for necessary Alaska camping. So right here we have like a sleeper sofa bench. This can fold down into an extra bunk. I have this in the daytime position right now, so this is like a second living room. At night you can fold this into a bunk. You can flip down the overhead bunk and have 2 sleeping spaces. During the day this bunk obviously flips up as we see here, and you get a sofa directly across from your own little entertainment station over here. Now this bunk above the outside kitchen is about 50% bigger. It's actually a larger bunk, so really good for big kids or adult guests if you have some of those. Good storage space in here for kids and guests as well. I do like showing folks that behind the ladder there's even good shelf space back here, and a built-in ladder means you don't have to throw your kids to the upper bunk, because that's very common. They don't do a lot of ladders anymore because unfortunately where there's a ladder there's liability, then you have a lawyer. The 3 L's. Ladder, ladder, liability, and lawyers. It's hard to even say. Obviously I failed. Anyway, pair of dressers down here for socks and underwear and pants and sweatshirts, and I love this little toy chest, and it's a waterproof little plastic tote essentially bolted to the floor with a tongue and groove plywood top on it, so you can actually put good weight on this thing without it falling apart. Now one of the things I said, I'm going to be brutally honest, unfortunately most of the shades have, I think there unfortunately was a mouse in here at some point. Most of the shades have a little spot that's fairly scarred up or needs restrung. Again, we take that stuff into account when we price our campers, so you know we are pricing this fairly, but most of these shades even that are up have something about them that is a little bit left of center that is not 100% ideal. Not super happy about that. I'm not super proud of that because obviously that affects our price tag and that affects the income that we have the opportunity to make off this. But that is the truth. It is fair, and I do represent this stuff fairly and accurately to the best of my ability. I don't like to lie. I don't hide stuff. I don't do that. If I see a defect, I point it out. So if the things I've shared in this video make you uncomfortable, I totally get it. I totally do. Just remember that we point this stuff out, so have a little confidence in our dealership that if I take the time to do one of these videos and don't point anything out, it's because there's probably nothing to point out. And really, it's just cosmetic stuff in this one, guys. It's not big stuff. Your structure is all here. The function of the RV is all here. This, by the way, is a TV mount, so you can take your living room TV. It actually slides right on that bracket. The whole thing basically lifts up. It can mount outside, inside. Oh, they did a little custom mounting job on this one. They did not wall mount this one. Oh, they did. They just have it bracketed down. Pardon me. I'm sorry. They did that in a little different fashion. So that's strapped in place for transit. It actually has a swing arm so you can face it over toward the bed. That TV can go in the bedroom, mount it on the ceiling where it's more organic and easier on your neck so you're not cranking your neck, or you can mount it outside. Very cool. I'm glad I looked at that. See, you learn stuff every day. Give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Happy camping.